ordinance 1625. I guess this one I'll turn it over.
Yeah, so I put this on here because it's an old ordinance and I want it removed. So I apologize if you took it that I'm targeting anyone out there that you feel that I'm targeting you. I looked through the books, this is an old ordinance, I want it off. So,
I will apologize to both you and you publicly right here, right now.
okay,
The
so
picture
I wanted to, I can't say anything when you're doing public comments, but yes, I'm not targeting anyone, so I apologize if you are hurt and felt bad on that. I want this ordinance off the books, so I'd like to make a motion.
Just this section.
Just this section, 1625, 120 fishing tournaments, I would like it removed and struck off the books.
And
I'll second.
I made a motion, you seconded?
Someone's got to, so we can get going.
Discussion.
I'm assuming it's because it's like nominal fees and how do we manage?
Right.
How many people are using boat launch spaces?
It's not being enforced. I
effective.
mean, you can tell it's old by looking at the dollar and.
Right.
Yeah. Chief has something.
If you read our special events ordinance, which we went over last year, we also don't own any of that. I mean, we control it, but the special events permit is for town-owned property that we went through.
Right.
Boat launch, we maintain it, we control it. If some Bass Pro Shop decides they wanna have a tournament on Lake Beulah, I think then maybe we discuss something else.
They fall into the DNR permit.
You know, then the DNR permits come into play. But, yeah, it's in contradiction right now with even our special events permit,
Right.
because we don't own the water and we don't own the launch.
Right, and that's why I think it should be removed. So,
I just didn't think the picture was appropriate.
Yeah, it doesn't.
yeah, and I'm sorry,
Sorry, I didn't even cross my mind. We have.
I pulled it from Facebook, just using it as an example of like, hey, these guys are doing these fishing tournaments, they shouldn't have to do all this paperwork and crap to do a fishing tournament. I'm not a government lover, by the way, that in general, you know me, in general.
So we were
I
at.
don't like rules, I don't like laws, I don't like over ordinances, this is a prime example of that. So I just wanted to say that.
I was at a Walworth County Lakes meeting 2 or 3 weeks ago where they talked about fishing tournaments and all the fishing beds and all the studies they do. And they have an extensive registration and permitting process that is managed through the DNR, and you are 100% correct on this. So,
I'm gonna get in trouble, but a memo regarding this subject that would have gone into the packet, that would have gone online, would have been very helpful. And would have cut down on a lot of,
Can I have the picture removed from the back online?
it will be removed.
Thank you.
So we have a first and a second to remove this portion of the ordinance. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so now we're up to
We need
the,
to authorize for email.
I'll have the official, deletion ordinance, rescinding it
do
next
we need
month,
to authorize you to do that?
technically.
Okay, let's authorize Attorney Mills to look at ordinance 16.25.20 and 120.
You got that motion, Chairman Jones?
Yes.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it passes. So now we're up to, the, Honey Creek Trail that's running, past 3 of our town residents' property. I put an extensive summary in here of everything we've done since June 24th. They have spoken at 2 public hearings. There's letters from them requesting that this not be approved by the board. I don't think there's any requirement for us to have to approve this.
There is not a requirement that you have to approve, unless you wanted it, because it is in the road right of way. However, these town residents, even if they would have had notice that, you know, a portion of the right of way for the highway abuts their property, they probably never considered they'd have a recreational trail going through that right of way. And if they don't want it, I don't know how this board can say, let the village use it for that purpose.
Yes. It is,
Yes.
because it's in front of their properties, and that's why it's within our jurisdiction to, they sent in the agreement that is also included in the packet. And that's what we would have to sign to relinquish rights to allow them to do that. And that's why it's in the packet. So, Supervisor Church.
Attorney Mills, can I ask a question of you?
Yeah.
Okay, if the residents didn't permit the trail to go through their yards, but people were walking the trail, would the people that walk that path, because I'm assuming they're going to go in a straight line and not cross the road, would they be would they be in trouble? I mean, do we have to put a sign up that says people cannot walk? Because I'm wondering how that works.
Well, there was an alternate route proposed to keep it all on village lands. I guess they would have to put up appropriate signage, but I understand what you're saying. If the distance to continue, you know, only crosses 3 property fronts, how many people are going to follow the alternate route?
Correct.
I don't,
That's if they leave the trail everywhere else but these 3 properties. That's what you're
that's true.
But won't people, I can foresee that people are going to walk across the front of their property rather than cross, the road to avoid that penalty.
I think Joe's point was just, if the trail continues after they learn, we are not authorized in that section, assuming there's no change then to the path.
But is somebody in trouble if they walk across? Because I walk my dog on the easement.
Right.
I'm wondering if that doesn't pertain to people walking the trail, I mean, if the village chose to do everything but their 3 properties, can people still walk across the front of their yard? I do with my dog.
Right, it wouldn't be, right. When you say yard versus
I mean the right
the
of
right,
way.
right,
Along the gravel shoulder of the road.
Right,
yeah, that I don't think you can stop that.
okay.
No, this is 55 feet of
Yeah, something like that.
grass from the curb that's there to the utility poles. So it's 55 feet of grass that's in front of these properties, and they're talking about putting a 10-foot path.
Oh, we can enforce that.
What did you say?
We can enforce that then.
To stay off the right of way, yeah. So,
I've lost my train of thought here.
It's not the gravel portion, it sounds like a significant portion of your
There is
yard.
no gravel out to gravel.
no, no.
Oh,
If there's a curb at the road, and then 55 feet in is the utility pole, and that is entirely, right of way.
What?
It's like
So-
a whole front yard.
There's a
I feel
path
as
in
though
the-
that anybody that uses hiking trail. If there is a designated trail, whether they have to cross a road or not, they stay on the trail. As somebody that does that, and family that does that, we respect the trail. So I would hope that that would not be an issue, but as Attorney Mel said, then we can enforce it as well.
The issue
Why
is.
can't they just push it across the street?
Let
To the
me,
village
let
lane?
me explain something.
Oh.
One of the things that I personally went out and looked at where the trail ends right now.
No,
It ends on the west side of 120, and it terminates in the subdivision right there at 43, okay? And that's where it ends. So there, in fact, this picture that's here, they're already showing they gotta come across the road at that point. They're gonna be on this side of the road. They could just as easily round the bend and keep going, as opposed to going through the controlled intersection. The only reason they wanted the controlled intersection, because it's controlled. But in talking with these two gentlemen, there's a lot of traffic and it's moving very quick around.
it's horrible.
So,
And it's really only controlled one way.
yes,
That's what I said, if
You
you're
know,
gonna
so
solve.
you'd be better off pushing that back, putting a crosswalk in,
Yes.
or a thing, kicking them across the street, and then bringing them up. And then, my other question is, what are they gonna do at that off ramp, or that get on ramp there? I mean, you take that at 55, 60 miles an hour to get on there. That ought to be real interesting.
I just, the request is for us not to approve this. And that letters of support to that, and that's what they're asking of us, not to approve.
And when is that coming for us? Is that
It's like right now.
3 hours?
That's why, no, it's, we've had the meeting on the 24th, then we had meetings today. I waited for, we were both waiting till 8:11. No, we were waiting until 8:15 before we got the actual drawings and agreement.
I'll make a motion that we deny the revocable occupancy permit agreement and the proposed multi-use trail location on the three town properties for the walking,
Multi-use.
multi-use trail.
Second.
It's a tie.
I might give it to Michelle.
Any other discussion?
Yeah. At the last trail meeting I went to, I heard the developer say that they had to go around properties that didn't want the trail. Is that an option here?
That's what we're saying.
They're gonna have to.
That's for
Not the
them,
other,
that's for them to decide. But yes, it can't go across here. Personally, I said if they wanna keep it on that side, and we talked about it, they could go around the apartment that's there.
Right.
So,
But isn't this village, is this ours here, or is that village? Cause that's
That's all village.
that's
That's
village,
village.
right?
The only thing
Because
that's
it's,
township is that one
park,
house.
the industrial park, so why can't they use their own?
Right.
that's.
Yeah, so that makes no sense that they want to.
So we have a motion and a second, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
nay,
Okay, 4-1.
Did you say name?
name.
Does that make it good?
Yeah, that means that's how I'll go back.
Well, thank you guys.
Is everybody?
Yeah, thanks for all your time. The last item under 10 is discussion about a village educational workshop with the village president manager on this ETA, ESD stuff. One thing, I had a couple of conversations, cell phones while we're running around. And he made a comment that there are kid information on the village website that I'm gonna try and find the link and I'll send it to you guys. I think we also, there's some at the county that I'll try and find as well and put it in email to you guys so we can update ourselves a little bit on what kids are. And then what I suggested to him was more of a interactive workshop, just to understand what's going on. And so, that's kind of where we were with this. Is it something that you wanna try and do, and how many here would want to attend?
Well, I'm definitely interested in that, and I think that that would be a great opportunity to possibly open the door up to discussion on the ETA, ESD, with the, you know, with the budget and the things that are going on there, that maybe we can reach, you know, talk to Matt at least, and understand what the TID and TIF does, and how, if it does put, volume onto our, you know, onto our emergency services district. So I would love to meet with them.
So,
I would propose, we're having a Troy meeting,
That's what I was
Tuesday,
just
September
gonna say.
23rd. Can we put this on that agenda?
we can, that is a public hearing, or meeting for everybody to be at.
Good for the town of Troy to know as well,
But
right?
if we're gonna.
Yeah, I don't know,
If we're gonna ask tough questions.
yeah, I kinda wanna have a sit down with them
Yeah, it's more of a workshop.
and a workshop.
Maybe we could do the general intro, and then maybe just afterwards have I can propose that to them, if that would work. Or we can have a workshop where we just talk.
That's kinda my feeling on it. I mean, we're gonna ask them to give up $100,000 possibly, or whatever it works out to. I don't know if I wanna do that in a Troy meeting.
Right.
Just look at your calendar of our meetings upcoming, and another.
No, I don't think he's asking everyone at the board to be there for this. I think he's asking who would like to be there. And if you do, then great, and then we all sit down and discuss.
Right, if there's interest, then you can be there, this is not a requirement. So, you wanna focus on a workshop then, an interactive workshop?
I would like to, yes. Barb said she's in.
Okay, I am too, I would like to do that, so,
Can we, we can't just amongst ourselves, but, well, can
No, I
we
got-
reach out to Matt and see what's good for him?
I got our calendar, all this stuff, I can sort of see, let me talk to him, and then I will get back to you, all right?
Yeah, I would be interested in
Okay. All right, so it's a full quorum, full board,
So that means we have like a couple months then.
we just have to
Okay.
notice it. Okay, I will take care of that. I didn't know how else to handle this.
That means not attending.
No, I don't want to tell you. Okay, so now we're at the attorney's, report.
Yep.
Who do you want to take it away?
You got 3 ordinances